Hi guys, it's Jay from Mayaba's Wind again. I'm here to do your November 2019 to December 15th, 2019 reading. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. We're going into yet the Christmas holiday season, so you can maybe even gift these readings for some friends and family members if you want. If you have never seen any of my readings, I am a priestess initiated in the Afro-Cuban tradition. So I read Orisha tarot cards from a very Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective. Okay, and so we'll explore what your spirit guides and protectors have to say, and then we'll go into the advice via Odu, which is basically the sacred doctrine in my tradition. It's an ancient doctrine that governs the way we live and helps us to fulfill our destinies in the most positive way possible. So I'm going to get started with a quick prayer. Just keep in mind, some of the information may resonate with you, all of it may resonate with you, or none of it may resonate with you. This is a general reading. However, I am open to do general readings, not general readings, private readings. You can email me at ayabaswind, W-Y-N-D, 999 at gmail.com. Okay, so I'm going to get started with a quick prayer and then go straight into the reading. If you don't want to wait through the prayer or the shuffling, you can see down in the description for the time checkpoints. Okay, so you can just jump straight to the tarot read and then the advice portion of the video. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides, protections, guardian angels of the Aries collective fire sign, whose birthdays range from March 21st to April 19th. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides, protections, guardian angels of the Aries collective fire sign, whose birthdays range from March 21st to April 19th. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides, protections, guardian angels of the Aries collective fire sign, whose birthdays range from March 21st to April 19th. I come before you here today, Aries collective fire sign. I pray that the information that you give, spirit guides and protections, is accurate. The information flows abundantly. I pray that you will help your Aries children to fulfill their dreams and accomplish their goals, remove any and all blockages and obstacles from their way, and help them to fulfill their destiny in the most positive, successful way possible. We honor your presence here tonight, and we pray that you continue to open all the doors and all the paths to your Aries children's success, happiness, and well-being. Modupwe. Okay, guys, so we are ready to go. All right, so you had the first card that came up was the Nine of Water. Okay, the Nine of Water, which in traditional tarot is the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the Nine of Cups in traditional tarot talks about wish fulfillment, and talks about love and happiness and just the full and complete package, right? But in Orisha tarot, it shows the boat, the fishnet. It shows the moon in different phases, the full moon in the middle, and then different phases of the moon. And so this talks about fertility. This also talks about dream state, and it talks about um, emotions. Okay, something significant is going to happen around the full moon for you, but to also just be mindful of the phases of the moon, okay, especially the new moon. I believe the new moon is coming up if it's not here already. However, this card came reversed. So traditional tarot talks about wish fulfillment. It's talking about things that are at sorry, um, kind of like in a holding pattern right now. Um, Here in the card, this could mean that you are possibly pregnant. Um, so you definitely have to watch pregnancy. You also should watch eating fish during this period of time. This energy, this water energy, um, that is moving with you is this aspect, the feminine aspect of God, that's called Yemaya. And so Yemaya is the mother of the world. She's her domain is all of the oceans of the world, and she represents wealth and fertility and children. Okay, and so because her energy is present here, we definitely want to show respect to her energy, and all of the things that are associated with her. So you, for the next several weeks, several days, or several weeks, you definitely want to hold off on eating fish. Now, if you're a pescatarian, then by all means, you can eat fish, but try and do it maybe once a week, and then have alternative sources of protein. All right, and during this time period. All right. The next card that came up is Eshu. Okay, Eshu is the male aspect of God, that deals with chance, that deals with free will, that deals with open roads. Okay, Eshu is found in the crossroads where the traffic is, where there's a two-way, actually a four-way intersection. His energy is very strong and powerful there. Okay, but Eshu also talks about you making choices. Eshu came reversed, so Eshu is not happy about something that's happening in your life right now. Eshu wants to stand up for you and fight for you. So he's here to warn you, that you may want to keep your eyes open. You may have some enemies. There may be some situations or circumstances that are not working out for you right now. And so Eshu is presenting himself. Also, there is a black cat. So just keep in mind that if you are out and about, and you see a black cat, that could be an indication that Eshu is present, okay? That his energy is near. I think Eshu wants attention. You may know that Eshu is not happy. If your keys are missing, if your keys go missing a lot, if things go missing and then they're returned, if you can't find things, you feel scattered, um, things to do with being locked out of your house, locked out of your car, just weird things happening like that. It's definitely Eshu, which can also be like a trickster kind of energy. And sometimes Eshu can play games on us to let us know that, look, like, you're not aligned with spirit, you're not aligned with the God force, and so he'll play tricks and games to wake us up and get us realigned with the God force. The next card that came up is the Three of Cups, which in traditional tarots, the Three of Water, which in traditional tarot is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups in traditional tarot talks about celebrations, okay? Reuniting, connecting, having a good time. However, in Orisha tarot, you see these three fish. Yet again, the fish are present. And like I said in previous videos, in my culture, in my tradition, fish represent not only wealth, but they also represent fertility. So, in my culture, if you dream a fish, that means someone is pregnant. So you could be pregnant already. If you're a man, the woman that you're dealing with could be pregnant. It could be that a baby is on the way and that pregnancy is imminent. However, this card came reversed. So there could be challenges with getting pregnant. There could be someone trying to block that pregnancy. Also, this is a card of three. So this card of three could mean that someone, in fact, does have a side chick, a side guy. There could be like an extramarital affair going on. It could be that one of the people in this relationship or this trio could be pregnant. So anyone who is um, messing around with a third party situation, whether you're a female that's going outside of the relationship, you got to watch getting pregnant, or if you're a man that's stepping out of the relationship, you have to watch getting someone pregnant, okay? So just be mindful of this. And yet again, it shows fish. So Yemaya's energy, that female aspect of God, that is the mothering energy. Just be mindful and respectful of fish, okay? Because she owns fish, all right? The next card that came reverse is the Four of Earth, which in traditional tarot is the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles talks about holding on to things tightly, not letting go, not sharing, being miserly, stubborn, stingy. Or it could mean that, you're being tight with your money, or that money, you have to be mindful and watchful of your money. It could also mean in some cases that you or someone that you're connected to is being very is closely guarding their emotions, okay? And they could not be showing their emotions. Here in the Orisha Tarot, you see this goat standing on top of the mountain, standing on top of the coins. So it could be that you are holding tightly onto your money, that you're not really sharing out, you're not spending, you're holding on to every bit of coin and wealth that you have, okay? It's showing that you're at the top, but it's showing that you're also lonely. Um, and so, this money that you have, or this practice that you have in dealing with money, could potentially alienate you from friends and family. So you definitely just want to be mindful of this whole money piece. All right. Yeah, I mean, because this animal, this goat, is very stubborn. And so just be mindful of, how you interact with people, okay? Because the way you interact with people can sometimes be harsh, and or misunderstood, and that can create enemies, okay, for you. Now you have five cards, I'm sorry, actually six cards that came in the upright position. And the greatest card in the whole deck, one of the greatest cards in the whole deck, is the Sun. So it shows three suns, and then it shows the Ankh in the middle, and then this triangle, this pyramid, okay? So I liken this to the female's womb. Okay, the ankh, the top portion of the ankh is feminine, and then the bottom portion of the ankh represents the male genitalia. Okay, and then you have two suns on either side, all right? So this card can indicate a number of things. It can indicate happiness and wish fulfillment, and everything that's beautiful under the sun is coming to you. And it can also indicate pregnancy yet again. It's talking about, it's showing the womb here. So you definitely want to go to the doctor, as if you are a female watching this, to get a checkup, to go to the OBGYN, for a number of reasons. One, just to check up, get your monthly, or your annual checkup, but also check to see if you are pregnant. Okay, if you are pregnant, the potential exists for you to be pregnant with twins. And they could be fraternal twins. You see, one son is slightly different from another. And so just be very mindful of this. Also, the sun is here. So the sun is going to break through darkness, and is going to force revelation. It's gonna show you things that you didn't initially have any support or resource in seeing and discovering what's going on, what questions you had about things that maybe maybe were mysterious to you, or unexplained. Okay, so the sun is here guiding you, but also the sun, in this respect, in the Risha aspect, can represent a possible pregnancy. The next card that came up is Oshumari. Oshumari is the male slash female aspect of God, the God force that represents change, transformation. And so you see in this card, you have the serpent, and then you have the rainbow. So the rainbow is really important because the rainbow represents phenomena. Okay, so what the spirit is saying is that you could have had experiences with spiritual phenomena in your life, in your house, and that you are going through a very transformative phase right now. So this phase could be slightly uncomfortable. You could feel discomfort during this time, just a very unsettled feeling. You could be a little bit moody during this time, because transformation can sometimes be rough. And so, but it's necessary in order for change to take place. Okay, so this is what this card represents. But also, yet again, just be careful of the phenomena. Be careful of walking in places where you know deaths and murders have occurred, accidents have occurred. Be careful going to funeral homes, funeral parlors, hospitals, cemeteries, things of that nature, um, only because there are spiritual phenomena there. Okay, there's lots of spirits, and so you could be very receptive and open to bringing those spirits home with you, and the causing a number of different challenges in your life. The next card that came up is the Five of Air. So the Five of Air is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about conflict, fighting, um, some cases competition. In Orisha Tarot, this Five of Air, Five of Swords shows these birds going to the watering hole, um, to get sustenance, to get water, okay, and food. However, there's a crocodile that's waiting in the distance, actually lurking around, waiting, scoping out their prey. Okay, so what Spirit is saying here is that you could potentially fall victim to your enemies, that your enemies are watching you, that someone has it in for you to do something to you, sabotage you, cause you to lose your job, mess up your money. There could be people that are potentially jealous of you. So Spirit is saying, just watch, be very watchful, because there are enemies that are lurking. The next card that came up is the Six of Fire. which is in traditional tarot the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords talks about, I'm sorry, this is the Six of Wands. Sorry, that's the Six of Fire, which is Six of Wands. Six of Wands talks about having great victory in traditional tarot, great victory, success, public acknowledgement, prominency, um, and in some cases, fame and fortune. All right. And this card in Orisha Tarot, you see this man who's leading people out of the village. He's leading people to a better life, to safety. And so they're walking in the darkness under a full moon again. And they're following their leader blindly, okay, looking for their happiness, all right? So this is what you could be doing, or spirit could be saying that, you need to be working on your spirituality, building yourself up, praying, meditating, working on your mantras, yoga, breathing exercises, anything that's going to bring you peace and tranquility, and that's going to help you to connect to spirit, okay? In order for you to find your way to happiness, okay? And you see this guy is illuminating the way. So this card says to me, yet again, you guys can't be in darkness. Don't sleep in darkness. Don't have your house in complete darkness. I know people are trying to save on their energy, electric bills, or whatever, but you should. It's worth the investment to put night lights in each room. Okay, it's very important because in darkness there are low vibration energies that lurk and that feed off of the darkness and can create phenomena that is quite disturbing in your house. Okay, things moving, doors slamming when you know that no one is there, no one is up. Okay, pay attention yet again to the full moon. So this next full moon that's coming up, it's going to be significant for you. There's going to be changes, and maybe that's when your transformation completes itself. Okay, but something significant is going to happen with the full moon. Also here, you have to be mindful of enemies. And it could not just be one enemy, it could be many enemies, okay? And there could be like a ringleader that's kind of instigating certain things against you, talking badly about you, bochinche, gossip, trying to rally up the troops to hurt you and harm you, okay? So, you may find out things because you did get the sun, and also because the moon talks about hidden things, but also because the moon is full and there's illumination, things going on surrounding you will be revealed in the next several days to several weeks. The next card that came up is the Ten of Water. Wow. So I'm really happy for you guys. The Ten of Water in traditional tarot is the Ten of Cups, and that's just the complete, utter fulfillment in each and every way. Love, marriage, children, success, happiness. Okay, and so this came in the upright position, this Ten of Water. In Orisha Tarot, it shows the ocean, yet again, which is Yemaya's energy. Yemaya, like I said, is the mothering figure. She's the mother of everyone in the world, the mother of motherless children, the mother of um, the mother of everyone in the world, the mother of the Orishas, and the mother of all the oceans, okay? And it shows these fish yet again, all right? So pregnancy, boy, if you are not already pregnancy is coming, okay? Big time. And you definitely got to cut back on your fish. Please, if you don't have to eat fish, don't. Okay, because Yemaya's energy, she's standing up for you. Her number is number 7, if that means anything to you. but also too, her colors are blue and white, okay? But pregnancy is imminent here, so definitely be mindful, man or woman. If you're a man, you could get someone pregnant. If you're a woman, you could get pregnant, okay? This also talks about the water and emotions, but this water is during the day. So I would say that, for the most part, your emotions are pretty balanced here, but you could definitely do work with Yemaya to improve your situation, to also ensure that the baby is born healthy, strong, alive, and well. Okay. The next card is the Earth. Okay. And so the Earth has to do with the equivalent in traditional tarot is the world. And so the world talks about cycles ending, cycles beginning, and things of that nature. It shows the earth here. And so in the Orisha Tarot, the earth can also represent pregnancy yet again. Okay, this could represent fullness and pregnancy. You have the snake wrapped around it, and then you have all of these animals around representing the different signs, astrological signs of earth, air, fire, and water. Okay, and so, but in particular, you definitely have to be careful of an enemy that is very sly and very cunning. All right, and so and this process in this person trying to swindle you, bamboozle you, trick you out of certain things, they can be very smooth with it. And it can be a slow, gradual process to the point where you won't even know what they're doing to you. Okay. And so spirit wants you to be aware of that. These animals could also represent your enemies on the perimeter. Okay. I don't see anything too terrible as far as like, brujeria and witchcraft and dark magic being used, but it's indicating that there are enemies here. Okay, but nevertheless, pregnancy is imminent, and just pay attention to the moon cycles. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull from Odu to get the advice. You definitely want to make sure that you are drinking lots of water to keep your water balance in your body, because water is very prominent with you. Yemaya's energy is very prominent with you, okay? So it seems like Yemaya wants to bring blessings to you, and Eshu is on the perimeter, kind of like milling about, warning you of certain things that you have to keep your eyes open for. So I'm going to pull from Odu. Just give me a couple seconds. All right. You may want to get something to write with, or get your phone so you can record this information. Okay. So let's get started. So the first thing that spirit is sending to you is that the spirits feast on the person. So spirit is saying that you could have had challenges with a spirit that is attached to you, okay? And that this spirit and or spirits that could potentially be attached to you have their way with you. They play around with your mood swings. They can make you say certain things, and then after you say it, you'll regret it. They could be sabotaging your relationships, your job, your health could be feeling a little off, okay? And so, what the spirit is saying, you have to be careful of picking up spiritual hitchhikers. There is a spirit that is trying to wreak havoc in your life, okay? And I mentioned the rainbow, which has to do with phenomena. So like I said, you could hear like creaking, someone walking, and you know no one is in the house, or you know everyone is sleeping, but you hear people walking, you hear banging, you feel the covers moving. And I'm saying that my head is tingling right now. So there could be spiritual phenomena taking place, especially at night for you. You definitely have to have night lights on. Definitely, okay? Spirit is saying that there's dissatisfaction with a mate, which can manifest spirits while sleeping. So you could have had like a ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, and for some reason it went south, it didn't work out, or you're having conflict with this person. Well, there could be a spirit that's associated with this person. And so this spirit that's associated with this person that you are either currently dealing with or have dealt with in the past could be impacting your sleep. Okay, so you could potentially have some sleepless nights, some nightmares, tossing and turning. And so Spirit is acknowledging this. Also, what Spirit is saying that you need a strong spiritual cleaning. So you definitely want to do, you can go online to Amazon.com and get Rompe Saragüe. And I have it listed under the discussion section of the channel, and you can look up how to make that bath. Okay, you also should do a white bath, and that white bath has to do with you adding some Florida water, which you can get on Amazon.com. You can also get cascarilla, which is powdered eggshell, on Amazon.com. You can add either goat's milk or whole milk to the bath, which you're putting in a bowl and you're mixing with your left hand, and you're praying to break any negative spiritual ties. Okay, and then you're going to physically bathe with soap and water. Once you rinse that off, you're going to pour the bath over your head and down the rest of your body, air dry, dress in white, and sleep in white, okay, with either night light on or a lamp on, okay? A spirit is draining you, all right? So this spirit that's connected to you is draining you of energy. So you may feel like always tired, you feel like you're dragging, you don't have a lot of energy to do things, you feel sick, you've lost motivation. It could be that this spirit is impacting how you move. All right. Spirit is saying to protect your eyes. All right, so be very mindful of um what you're watching, and also like the lighting for your eyes, okay, so you don't lose your sight. Um, you may be with someone that works with iron or electricity. So this is not going to apply to everyone, but there are certain people that are watching this that may be connected to possibly an electrician or an iron, like a welder, someone who deals with iron and electricity. Okay. So people who work with iron, like welding, or you work with electricity. Like if you work for, say, Con Edison, an electric company, you're dealing with electrical like installations, you are actually dealing with phenomena. Okay. And you can't make this up. Okay. I pulled the card initially, and phenomena is represented by the rainbow, and then phenomena comes in your Odu card. Okay, and so Odu is the feminine aspect of God, that is the womb of knowledge. Okay, it's a very ancient doctrine. Okay, and so this is how Spirit is communicating with us right now. Um, so so you have to be very careful in working with this electricity, because you got this letter, even though you may not be an electrician or a welder or anyone dealing with steel. You should definitely be careful of fires in your house. Do not leave any candles unattended. Okay, that's a no-no, because this Odu, this letter, this message that Spirit is speaking in is very hot and very inflammatory. You definitely have to be careful of frayed wires, of touching anything you have to do with electricity when your hands are wet. Okay, that means keeping wires away from sinks, etc., etc. Okay. Craftsman work is good. So if you're any kind of craftsman, Spirit is saying that that will help to clean up the negative energy that may be surrounding you. So craftsman work is very beneficial to you. Yet again, this Odu talks about threes. So, if you don't want any issues or problems or, any unwanted pregnancies, you definitely have to be mindful of, having side people, in any kind of third party situation. Okay. Because spirit is saying that this could, spin your destiny in a way, in a direction that you don't need it to go into. Um, so Spirit is saying, because of one, the world began, because of one, the world was lost. And so Eshu Elegba speaks in this Odu. He's standing up and speaking. And so remember, I showed you Eshu. Eshu came reverse. Okay. So Eshu is showing up for a reason. And he's basically saying, like, the choices you make will determine the outcome, your destiny. Okay. And so you can go down one path and your life will be a hot mess, or you can choose another path where, it'll be, there will be blessings and nonstop um, gifts and surprises for you, okay, of love and happiness and financial wealth and stability. So, what Eshu was saying is that there could be problems with justice. Okay, so you may have some legal issues coming up. So just be mindful to stay on top of those things. Eshu is also talking about sickness. Okay, so there could be sickness with you, or there could be sickness in a family member, and basically what Eshu is saying is that there could be a death of someone coming up in the next several days, the next several weeks, or the next several months. Or this could have just happened, it is about to happen, or is going to happen. Okay. So Eshu is talking about, just be very careful of um, you know, not be very careful, but just be mindful that someone could be crossing over to become an ancestor in your family. Yet again, Eshu is talking about jail. So, I'm not sure what you're doing. But Eshu is talking about, there is a potential to go to jail. Okay. So it could be an activity that you're involved in. It could be an activity that someone you're associated is involved in. But Eshu is saying that jail and justice issues are prominent. Okay. You should definitely set up an ancestor altar, acknowledging those people in your family who have crossed over, but who lived in, an upright life. So what you can do is you can put down a glass of cool, refreshing water, omitutu, and you can light a candle for your ancestors. Also, you can put up pictures of, say, your grandmother, your mother, your father who's crossed over. Just make sure you cut all the living people out of those pictures. And you need to, like, say prayers. Just give them acknowledgement, call their full name 3 times. You'll say, I'll go, which is, you're getting attention. You're getting their attention. You're calling for their attention, rather, and you call their name 3 times, and then you start saying the prayers for them. You can also put down a little cup of coffee for them. You can put down a little cup of rum, like a shot glass of rum, because some of your ancestors, I'm sure, either like to drink or to smoke, or whatever it is they indulged in. You can also take a small portion of your food before you eat, put it on a little cracked plate, because ancestors are, we serve their items on cracked plates. Um, but you can put a little bit of food on the plate and present it to them and knock 3 times. Okay, just, it's symbolic, but it's showing acknowledgement to the spirit, because your Agon, your ancestors, are going to help you through the spiritual challenges that you are approaching. Okay. um you should get a spiritual consultation before you go on a trip, okay? This is how this energy is. This is another Odu that is hot, inflammatory, okay? Um, Spirit is saying that sometimes you don't like to hear the truth, okay? And I know sometimes the truth can hurt. Sometimes knowing the truth is just an added level of responsibility, of knowing. Sometimes not knowing, it's less stress. But once you know, you got to carry this burden of knowing, okay? And so Spirit is saying, it's definitely worth it to pay attention to what is being said to you in this reading. Spirit is saying, Eshu is saying, and Eshu showed up, he's saying that the law could come to your door, okay? For some reason, you could get a visit from the police, something from the courts, you could get served. So Spirit is saying, get ready for that. Spirit is saying that sometimes you being stubborn can be your downfall. And so now is not the time to be stubborn. Now is the time to push all of that stuff aside and to pay attention to the information that's being given to you, okay? What Spirit is saying is that what you can do to kind of lighten and alleviate this hot, kind of aggressive energy that is coming at you, you can get a handful of like Skittles, or M&Ms, something that's small candies. And what you can do is take it in your hand like it's a bar of soap. You're going to pass it over your head, the back of your neck, the front of your body, all the way down your back, down your legs to your feet. And you're going to drop it. You're going to blow your breath on it. And you're going to drop it at the corners. Okay? Drop it at the corners. You could either drop it at one corner or spread it out and drop it at many corners. This is a cleaning, because clearly Spirit is saying you need to clean. All right. So this cleaning can open up the roads and paths for you, but this cleaning can also alleviate spiritual assaults. Okay. Um, Spirit is saying that you have the tendency to be warlike, being very argumentative, okay? But this warlike, argumentative stance that you have taken in the past, or could be taking now, or it could be happening in the future, Eshu is saying, Spirit is saying that this affects your health negatively, okay? It could make your blood boil, your blood pressure go up. It's not a good thing. Spirit is saying you got to keep it cool, calm, and collected. You should at this time be wrapping your head in white, wearing a white hat, a white scarf on your head, something white to keep your head cool. Also, you would benefit from getting some coconut water and pouring some on the top of your head, okay, to keep you cool during this time. Spirit is saying don't tease people, okay? This is not the time to tease people, because it can come back to you and it can be downright ugly, all right? And so this is not the time. It's not the time to be carrying weapons. It's not the time to be doing any of that, because you have the law on your back. The law is around you. There's something with the law. You could get pulled over driving in your car. You could get, a visit from the police because maybe a child of yours did something, or, just any number of those things. You could get served with divorce papers, get served with this paper. You could have gotten in a car accident and fled the scene. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to be careful. Spirit is saying that, they see what you've done. Okay. And so you may not openly admit it to anyone else, but Spirit is saying that they know what you've done, and that, what you've done, if it was wrong, you could potentially be discovered. Okay. So don't be surprised if something you thought you did in secret, um, gets blown up. Okay, like just gets presented out in the open. Okay, you thought it was initially hidden, but no. And you got the sun, so illumination is coming. Okay, Exposure is coming. Whether it's you or someone you're dealing with, exposure, someone's going to be exposed. There is a sick person in your house potentially, or in your family, and that this person, whoever this person is that's sick, needs spiritual prayers. They need prayers, they need spiritual work done. Okay, so you definitely need to make an effort to get that work done, definitely initially to get them assessed medically, and then to work on the spiritual portion. And like I said, I'm available for readings if you want to consult. Spirit again is saying, be aware of fire. Okay, do not leave any candles unattended. Okay, because there's a spirit that walks with you, and this spirit may not be a good spirit, and it could cause things to go wrong in your house. And with the phenomena, it can knock a candle over, set a flame to a curtain or some item, and then that's it. That's a wrap. If you have anyone that is dealing in something illegal, Spirit is saying, as she was saying, you need to step back from that because it's going to get you in trouble. Okay? So don't have anything to do with it. Don't hold any bag. You don't know what's inside the bag. Don't give anyone any personal information regarding bank accounts, social security numbers, or anything like that, because you will be indicated in something if it goes to court. Okay, so spirit is warning you to be careful. um Spirit is saying that you may have some challenges with money. You may have challenges with keeping a home. And so with that, you have to be mindful of your spending. Something is funny with the money right now, but by you doing the spiritual baths, the cleaning off with the candies at the dropping them on the corners, things of that nature, that will slowly help to alleviate and get rid of those blockages and obstacles to your success. Um, at this point in time, you also have to be aware of possibly losing your job. All right. I don't know if someone has tried to throw something at you or done something, but like this is a really challenging time. So Spirit is saying be mindful on the job because you could potentially lose it. Um, and Spirit is saying that there could be bad times, not bad times, but hard times ahead. If now this could be in the past, because Spirit's time is different than our time, okay, in the material world. So this could have just happened, or it could be happening now, or it could happen in the future. But Spirit is saying that there were hard times, or there will be hard times ahead. Um, and also, Spirit is talking about a possibility for you to be mugged or robbed. All right, and so from this point on, and you listening to this reading, keep your eyes open as you're walking out in the street, when you're in parking lots at night, because Spirit is saying that you could potentially be mugged or robbed. So you definitely, going into parking garages and things of that nature, be very cautious and be very watchful. All right, and don't like hang out if you can help it. All right. Um, And Spirit is saying, do not be out at 12 noon and 12 midnight. Okay, because these energies here, and I'm saying that my head is tingling again. This 12 noon and 12 midnight, it's not a good look, okay? Because there are powerful energies that mill about, especially at 12 midnight. And it's called Iku. And so Iku is this entity, this spirit that roams the earth, looking to take lives, okay? And those lives that he takes, or she takes, are basically of people who are not engaging in spiritually fortifying themselves, okay? So if you're not in prayer, not in meditation, not doing mantras or Reiki or yoga or breathing exercises, whatever it is that you need to connect to spirit. If you're not engaging in those things, you become vulnerable. You could be a potential victim of this spirit. So 12 noon and 12 midnight. Now, if you happen to be out and about and it's just about before midnight, go run into a store, go sit in the car until 5 or 10 minutes after midnight or after midday. All right. Spirit is saying that people that you have helped may turn against you if they haven't done so already. All right. It's almost like don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's like, these people that you help may be very ungracious. I think they call it ingratitude. Okay. So you definitely be mindful of that. And, that a friend that you once had can now be your worst enemy. All right. So it may come as a shock to you if it hasn't happened. If it has not happened, okay, fine. But just be prepared that a friend that you once had can turn into your worst enemy. So just be very cautious about, kind of giving out your private information. All right, because your friend, the person that was once your friend who has turned into your enemy, can use it against you. All right. um and spirit is saying in this, do not mistreat dogs. Dogs are very spiritual animals. And this energy that is out in this reading right now, do not mistreat dogs. You got to treat the dogs very well. Make sure they have clean water on a regular basis, that they are well fed, that they are walked, that you're giving attention to them, and you're not mistreating them. Because if you mistreat them, that energy is going to come back to you, and you will pay dearly for the mistreatment of animals, especially the dog. Spirit is saying that another cleaning that you can do is get toasted corn. So you can order this toasted corn on Amazon.com. We call it agbado. And so you get the toasted corn, you take it in your hand, and you pat like it's soap. You hold it and you pass it over your head, and you're praying to clean you of any osobo, to clean you of any negative energy. Okay, dark spirits, bad luck, witchcraft, whatever. You're passing it over your body all the way down to your feet. Okay, and then you're going to drop it at the corners. Okay, don't drop it at the corners of your house. Okay, drop it away from your house, because remember, you're cleaning stuff off of you. You don't want to clean this stuff off of you and let it sit at your house or just outside of your house. All right, so you're going to drop it on a corner somewhere. All right, there are some real issues or concerns with the law, because the next message that spirit is talking about is, if the person does not know the laws that they must live by and be on the good side of them, then they will be on the other side. So spirit is saying that you must follow the laws of the land. Okay, not all of us, most of us should not be trying to live like the Joneses, if you know what I mean. Okay, so no scamming, um any kind of schemes that you think to kind of undercut or whatever. Just be very careful, because the law is on your tail right now. um Spirit is saying that you got to be careful of falling objects. So watch walking near construction sites, near shelving, things of that nature, because something could fall on your head. uh, Spirit is saying that you could have some kind of a scar, something to do with your foot, but it's a scar on your foot, something to do with your foot. So just check your foot. If you have a scar, or if you have a cut on your foot and it's not healing the way it needs to, or there's pain in your foot, Spirit definitely wants you to take um, time out to go to the hospital to get that checked out, okay? Because you want to keep your feet. Feet are very important, and if a foot gets infected, or if there's pain and it goes beyond, if you um, how you say, neglect it, then it could turn worse and you can lose your foot, and then there's more problems. Um, and spirit is saying that it has something to do with your feet and your legs. Something is wrong. There's something going on with your leg. Um, if you have a child and that child is male, This particular male child would benefit from getting spiritual work done. Get the child a reading. Um, don't take the child to just anyone. Okay, please don't. Because not everyone in my tradition and in other traditions is is practicing things the right way. Okay. Like I said, again, I'm available for readings. But definitely that child needs spiritual work. So you can, with that child, if the child hasn't been baptized, maybe the child can get a baptism done, prayers said over the child, um, you know, just to make sure that the child is protected. All right. Dress in white for luck. So spirit is saying you need to dress in white. The more white you wear, the more luck will come to you. I don't care if it's wintertime and you think people don't wear white in the winter. Yes, now white is hot all year round. All right. So white is for luck. Spirit is saying that a business deal that you have been contemplating or maybe approaching in the near future could be risky. All right. So think long and hard about it. And also that if a beggar is asking for help in the streets, then you should, within all of your capability, try and help that person out, unless your safety is at risk. Okay. So if it's dark outside and it's abandoned, no, don't open the doors for the person. None of that. But if there's a beggar asking for help, you should try and help them. Just don't give them your last. Okay. Check your stomach, your digestive system, because there may be some issues. It could be an ulcer, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, things of that nature. So spirit wants you to go to the doctor to get your stomach and your digestive system checked. And basically, if your house is in a wreck, spirit is saying, if you want to get your luck back, or if you want to increase your luck, you got to fix that house up. Okay. That means throw all the garbage out, wash the dishes, pull out all the clutter, throw out all the empty bottles, all of that, because it's interfering with your luck and your blessings. Okay. So in order for you to regain your luck, straighten these things out and set it in motion. Okay. Um, I'm going to pull some, finally, the Archangel to see what your Archangels have to say. So just give me a couple seconds. Okay. All right. So your Archangel, first message is nurture. There's a baby in the center. You can't make this up. The baby is imminent, guys. Archangel Gabriel, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. All right. And you got a lot of female spirit guides and protections watching over this child. This child's about to come into the world if he hasn't already, or she hasn't. I feel like it's a boy, but like I said, you have the son, so it could be fraternal twins. It could be a boy and a girl. All right. The next card that came up is prioritize. All right. So prioritize, Archangel Metatron. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So yet again, Spirit talked about you getting your house organized. And so once you put the good foot forward and taking that action, then Spirit will help you to do the rest. But you got to take initiative. Okay. The next card up is the outdoors. So you may find solace and peace in the outdoors, going for a walk outdoors, going for a hike. So Archangel Jophiel is saying, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. All right. And so, if you're at work and you're tired of being stuck in the office building, go outside and breathe some fresh air. Okay. Sometimes the office buildings, you can feel like claustrophobic. The windows don't open. The air is being recycled. You got to get out because Spirit is saying this will be good for you. And then the last card that came up is healthy lifestyle. So Spirit is saying, Archangel Raphael is saying, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimum health. So Spirit wants you to be healthy. Definitely go to the doctor to get those items checked. Like I said, check your digestive system, your stomach, also something to do with your feet. Um, Yeah, and I think those were the main things that you needed to get checked. Also, your reproductive system, you should definitely get checked, okay? So, guys, Spirit had a lot of information for you. This will, like I say, carry you over for the next several days to several weeks. If you have any questions, you can please email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. I am available for readings now, so you can definitely email me and we can set it up. I will just need your name and some background information, but we can discuss that via email, okay? Just stay focused. Stay focused. Build yourself up spiritually. That means doing the spiritual baths, going into prayer and meditation, whatever prayers you know from your particular practice or tradition. You can also start out with daily affirmations, which are sort of meditation, which I have listed in the description. And then you can go to the playlist that I have set up for you under Sanskrit mantras, and then also Jason Gallant under the featured playlist. All right. So I'm excited for you. You did get the wish fulfillment card. So at the end of the day, you got great things coming to you. However, you got to work to cultivate it, to clear your space out, and lighten up the mood, lighten up the spiritual energy so that you can receive the blessings. So this has been your reading for November 2019. I will see you probably mid-month, mid-December for your December 2019 reading. Bye.